My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of God of War 3. Now, last summer, Last of Us 2 was coming out on PS4, so I'm like, okay, it's about time I get a PS4 then. And while I was buying it, I saw God of War 3 there, and I thought that was the newest one that everyone was just going crazy for, so I bought it, and then I started playing it, I'm like, oh, this is the wrong game. But I kept playing it anyways, and I was a bit underwhelmed by this one, to say the least. I think my biggest negative is I just have to straight up say it, and that's I found the gameplay to be very repetitive and tedious. Even when the game evolves, and it does evolve in interesting ways, the fighting combat is it's button smashing. That's what it is, and that's just not my kind of gameplay. That said, some of the puzzle stuff is fun, and I do like the whole concept of fighting these different gods and then you taking something from them, which allows you to be more powerful, and how you keep slowly powering up throughout the game. That's definitely my favorite element of the game. In fact, that's what keeps the game evolving and keeps it interesting. But the game at a fundamental level never really clicked. The game began with like a huge action set piece. I'm just like, oh, I'm getting thrown right into this. As I'm going through the game, I was kind of expecting to get more invested in the story, but I never did. And by the time I got to the end, I just straight up did not care. I was kind of waiting for a massive reveal for why I'm doing this revenge quest, and yes, I understand why I'm doing it at the end, but it just doesn't have the emotional impact it's aiming to have. And I feel like lots of that is actually based on the fact that this is God of War 3, and I have not played God of War 1 or 2. I never played the first two because they're only available on PS2, and just straight up, PS2 is a completely outdated model with outdated games. So that just makes it difficult to really play it. And yes, you could put that issue on me for not playing the first two before playing this game, but that is just a fundamental flaw of how video games work these days. And I didn't feel like this game had much of a emotional punch because of that lack of a build-up. And maybe I played the first two and I played this one and it definitely gets better, or maybe it doesn't do anything for me. So it's very impossible for me to say, but what I will say is that I feel like even if you just watch How to Train Your Dragon 3 and not How to Train Your Dragon 1 and 2, the emotional punch of that ending still hits whether or not you've seen the other two. It hits harder because you've seen the other two, but it's not reliant that you've seen the other two. You can watch the third one and still get emotionally invested in that story alone, and I could not do that with this game. I know it's a weird analogy to compare How to Train Your Dragon and God of War, but that's just what came to me, and I do think it kind of stands. That said, I will say Kratos is a great character. He's very big, very strong, very badass, and I do like the world building here. I like going to all these different settings and how you start at the bottom and work your way up. I like that element of the game, but the whole gameplay element, the story, just didn't quite do it for me. So I'm going to go ahead and give God of War 3 a 5.5 out of 10. I know people love this game, but it just simply wasn't for me. But if you think you'd like a button smashing God of War game, then definitely check it out. You'd probably get more enjoyment from it than I did. But let me know what you thought of this game down below. Like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for some more videos soon. Gavin out.